I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Okay, so it's Monday, May 12th, 2025. That means yesterday was Mother's Day here in the U.S.
Right.
And today we're going to take a closer look at Mother's Day 2025, but through a pretty specific lens. Taylor Swift.
Exactly. We've got this, pretty detailed report, almost 5,000 words, that we're using as our guide.
Yeah, it's quite comprehensive.
And our mission, really, is to pull out the key ideas about Mother's Day itself and then explore how it connects with someone like Taylor Swift, especially thinking about her family, her mom.
Think of it as maybe a shortcut, a way to get the gist of the day's significance and how Swift fits into that picture.
Precisely.
So let's jump in. Ever stop to think about what Mother's Day really means today? Or, how a huge star like Taylor Swift handles something so personal when everyone's watching?
It's a great question. And the report, it starts with the basics. Mother's Day, celebrated May 11th last year, is fundamentally about acknowledging those maternal bonds.
That core idea of appreciation, right? For mother figures.
Exactly. That gratitude for nurturing, for care. It's a key moment for expressing that love.
And it feels timeless. But the report reminds us, the U.S. version, the national holiday, that's largely down to Anna Jarvis.
Right, early 20th century. Became official in 1914.
But honoring mothers, that idea is much older, obviously. Different cultures, different traditions.
Yeah, the report even contrasts it with, Mothering Sunday in the UK. Similar sentiment, but different origins, different timing.
That's a good point, the cultural variations.
Yeah.
So for 2025 specifically, what did the day look like according to the report? The usual stuff.
Pretty much the familiar traditions, yeah. Spending time together, maybe meals out or at home. Gift giving, of course.
Flowers, cards. I bet the mail carriers were working overtime.
Probably. Jewelry, too, and, those personalized handmade things seem really popular.
Things with extra meaning. And social media. Must have been flooded.
Oh, absolutely. Just streams of tributes, pictures, messages, all focusing on that love and recognition of sacrifice.
It really amplifies that core message.
It does. And we can't ignore the commercial side. The report addresses that.
Right, the whole Hallmark holiday debate.
Yeah, there's criticism about commercialization, sure. But the other view is that gift giving is just a tangible way to show appreciation. And it definitely has a big economic impact.
That makes sense. It's both things at once, really. Genuine feeling and, a lot of spending.
Mm-hmm.
Something else the report highlighted for 2025 was inclusivity. That seemed important.
Very much so. The idea of motherhood has really broadened. It's not just biological mothers anymore.
It includes stepmoms, adoptive moms,
grandmothers, aunts, mentors, anyone really providing that maternal care, that nurturing presence.
So it's about celebrating that act of nurturing, regardless of the specific title or connection.
Exactly. That's the core of it in 2025. Okay, so that's the backdrop of Mother's Day itself. Now, let's bring Taylor Swift into this.
This is where it gets interesting because her public image, as the report notes, really emphasizes family, especially her mom.
Definitely. Despite all the focus on her dating life, she consistently highlights that bond with Andrea Swift, her whole family, really.
And that seems to resonate strongly with her fans, doesn't it?
Hugely. I mean, her relationship with Andrea is, it's very public. We see Andrea at shows, events.
And Taylor speaks about her influence all the time.
Right. And the report speculates, probably accurately, that some songs are likely inspired by that relationship. It gives fans a very personal window.
And there's also the public knowledge of Andrea's health struggles over the years. Taylor's support for her through that, very visibly, that seems to have deepened that connection for a lot of people watching.
Absolutely. It adds another layer of sort of perceived authenticity to their bond.
So thinking about Mother's Day 2025 specifically, what did the report suggest we might expect news-wise?
Well, given the constant spotlight on Taylor, especially with her music and, the Travis Kelce relationship being huge news,
right,
the report basically predicted that any kind of Mother's Day post, any activity involving her and Andrea would get massive attention. Media, social media, the works.
People are just naturally curious about how celebrities celebrate these things, I guess.
They really are. They look for those human moments. And the report mentioned, leading up to the day, fans would likely be analyzing, any hints from Taylor.
Like looking at her social media.
Yeah.
Or interviews.
Exactly. For clues about her plans or just her feelings about motherhood in general, they often revisit lyrics, past comments about her mom.
That whole ecosystem of fan interpretation is fascinating.
It really is. It's this ongoing dialogue.
And then, of course, you have the Travis Kelce factor. That adds a whole other dimension to the Mother's Day 2025 picture.
Oh, definitely. That relationship was, and likely still is, such a major storyline.
So the report emphasized the interest in their separate family celebrations, or maybe potential joint ones.
Both, really. How did they spend the day? Were their families involved? Did their moms meet or spend time together? That kind of stuff.
Huge speculation fuel for media and fans alike, I'd imagine.
Absolutely. It highlights how these big celebrity relationships kind of intersect with these very traditional family holidays in the public consciousness.
Yeah, it's like getting a peek, however curated, into how these incredibly public people navigate personal moments. Okay, so that's Taylor and Mother's Day. Let's zoom out slightly, look at her wider cultural role around May 2025.
Right. So context-wise, May 2025. Taylor's career is still firing on all cylinders. The re-recording project, the Taylor's versions, that's probably still ongoing.
Keeping her music constantly in the conversation.
Exactly. And potential touring activity always generates massive buzz. Her influence, musically and culturally, was just immense at that point.
And it's how that professional side connects with the personal image we've been talking about.
Precisely. And you absolutely cannot talk about her cultural impact without mentioning the Swifties.
Her fan base. The report emphasizes just how strong that bond is.
It's remarkable, isn't it? Anything she says or does, especially something personal like a Mother's Day message, just gets amplified incredibly within that community.
There's that parasocial element, right?
Yeah.
Fans feeling a real connection.
Definitely. It's a huge part of the dynamic. They feel invested in her life, her experiences.
It's like this giant online collective processing things alongside her. And her influence, the report notes, goes way beyond music, too.
Oh, yeah. Fashion trends, even language, sometimes social issues. She moves the needle.
So when she acknowledges a holiday like Mother's Day and the values associated with it, that can actually ripple outwards.
It seems likely, yeah. Especially for her highly engaged followers, it can shape how they think about or observe these traditions themselves. It feeds into the wider cultural conversation.
So pulling this section together, the latest Taylor Swift news in May 2025 was probably this mix, right? Career stuff, personal life.
The Travis Kelce relationship still a big focus.
And any Mother's Day content just gets woven into that ongoing narrative.
Exactly. The report basically concludes her relevance in 2025 comes down to, well, her talent, obviously, but also that fan connection, smart career moves.
And crucially, those perceived personal values, the family focus, contribute massively to her overall image and relatability.
Couldn't agree more. It's a key part of the package.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive then, the main takeaway seems pretty clear. Mother's Day 2025 fundamentally was about celebrating moms.
Yep, that core appreciation.
And Taylor Swift, with her public persona, her very visible relationship with her own mother, she kind of exemplifies the importance we place on those bonds in today's culture.
She really does. She becomes a sort of public touchstone for those themes.
Right. And maybe that leaves us and you listening with a final thought to chew on.
Mm-hmm.
In a world where celebrity lives are so visible, how does that change or maybe shape our understanding of traditional holidays like Mother's Day? Does seeing how public figures celebrate influence our own perspectives?
That's a great question. Does it evolve the meaning? It's definitely something to think about.